Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our preview for the Survivor 44 finale, episode 13. Huge, epic, 3-hour event. Who's going to win? What's going to happen? Is Jamie going to vote herself back into the game and win as her confidence would make you believe?
Listen, the promo really didn't give too much
No.
away, but I think we kind of expected that. But I mean, we're going into the finale with a pretty great group of people. It really does feel like it could be anybody's game except maybe Heidi, but I don't know. I don't know. But I do think that it really could be anybody's game.
Yeah, we have a number of different scenarios we can sort of talk through here in terms of winner arguments, what they bring to the table. I really think we have potential for an epic all-time final tribal council here between people who are very, very charismatic, great at articulating their points. It's like the worst feeling ever on Survivor. And even if you love somebody, even if you are like, a Kim Spradlin fan or somebody like that, and you love their game, you get to the final tribal and you're just like, okay, we all know what's gonna happen. Like there's no real drama in it. I want drama, I want messiness, I want some people on the jury who are just salty and are just sitting there just doing a Roy Kent scowl.
This just feels a lot like, for me anyways, going into this finale, that whoever ends up winning, even Heidi has played a decent enough game. Like, she's really tried and she has been playing. I don't think I'm going to be disappointed with whoever ends up being the winner. Yes, there's going to be other people I'm going to be more
Yep.
excited about, but like, if Jam Jam wins, I'm mean, like, yeah, good winner. Lauren wins. Yeah, she really played hard. Carolyn, yeah. Carson, like, I feel like I'm gonna walk out of this feeling good.
Well, we're going to try our best to feel good in here as we pick our champions and prepare for the epic showdown to come. And we want you guys to prepare for this finale and also some exclusive Survivor content and
Yes.
also upcoming Big Brother content that is going to be at our Patreon. We have a link for you guys in the description below. Survivor exclusive stuff, Big Brother exclusive stuff, in addition to, of course, the Survivor and Big Brother content that we are bringing to you guys here at the channel. We also have a Survivor review that we did a little bit earlier if you want to check that out as well. And thank you to all of our patrons. We really appreciate your support.
We absolutely do. We're going to have tons of Big Brother coverage here at the channel, also over at the Patreon, and of course, Survivor coming back with 90-minute episodes
Yeah.
in the fall. So we're also going to have lots of Patreon content as well as content here.
All right, so now I'm going to pick up Kane's Dungeons and Dragons immunity sword from earlier this season. Are you ready to pick your champion?
All right.
I am here fighting for Jam Jam. It is me, it is you, Jam Jam. We are doing this. We are going. Okay, here is the big case for Jam Jam.
He's your winner pick.
Yeah,
Here we go.
I really like Jam Jam on a personal level. He has won me over a lot. There's been a couple of times I felt like some of his exuberance has been a little overstated, to put it mildly, but I think I've really gotten to know him a lot over these past few episodes, and I sort of understand where he's coming from, why he is the way that he is. He is an exceptional social player.
Amazing.
Like one of the best social players I don't know if we want to say we've ever had, but he's definitely up there because he's so funny. He really makes you feel warm and welcome. Like,
Yep.
even when him and Carolyn were just like bickering all the time at the original TK, it was never because they hated each other. It's just because, this is a game and it's stressful and everybody has different opinions. I just think is Jam Jam the best strategist that is out there? No, I don't even think Jam Jam is in the top 2 strategists that are out there. I think other people can run around him in that aspect of the game, but he has won a challenge. He has confronted a lot of adversity, and he's a great storyteller. And I think he's got a really, really good story. And if he gets to that final tribal and you get up there and let him have that moment, he is going to cook. He is going to tell like a really good speech. It's going to be heartfelt and funny and make you feel all those things. And that is a very, very dangerous thing late in the game. So It's you and me, Jam Jam. We're gonna do this. Does this mean I also win Survivor if Jam Jam wins?
No, people sleep on charisma, and you
Yeah.
really shouldn't, because it can really lead you to the win, lead people to giving you the win. He does have a really, important story, a story that touches a lot of people, that people can relate to, people like him, and him giving that speech, putting a smile on people's faces, he could easily win this riding on charisma in that final speech.
I'm gonna give you the sword now.
All right, I have the
So
sword.
you can
And it's
go.
for Carolyn. I've been saying this since the
Yeah.
beginning. I really think that she can win this, but there was a couple of things that needed to come into place, and one of them has. The thing that I was the most worried about is that, in her words, I want everyone to just see me as a turkey. Like, I'm just like, I don't know what I'm doing kind of thing. Yes, and it really helped her continue to get through all the way to where she is. But then she has started to make some moves that are very visible, in front of the jury, in front of her peers that she's still playing with. I think that that was really needed for her to be able to win this game, because we've seen this before, like on Big Brother Canada with Godfrey,
Yeah.
where he was sort of playing that game like, oh, I'm underestimated. I'm not really playing, but he was playing a great game. But when he got to the end, he just couldn't convince anybody that he was really playing the game that he was. And that really sucked, and it
Yeah.
cost him the game. And so that's the second part that I've been like, okay, can Carolyn give the speech that's going to give her the win? And that's what I'm not sure about. Like, she's very good at being very upfront, very honest
Yeah.
about what she's been through and her life and her struggles, something that people very much relate to. She's very likable. People really enjoy being around her and her energy and all of that, again, with charisma and that
Yeah.
that feeling of like, oh, she makes you feel really good to be around her, and she's really enjoyable. And if she likes you, man, like we saw it with Franny, we see it with Carson.
Yeah.
If she likes you, like, you just feel like the sun is shining only on you. And she's made a lot of people that are sitting in the jury feel like that.
I think I just really want Carolyn and Jam Jam in the final two. Like that is I don't care so much about having my champion win, if I'm being honest, as it's just like I want a really good showdown. Like I don't want it to be predictable. And I think if those two are in the final two together, I can't say for sure which way it's gonna land. Like, Jam Jam may
I
be
don't
my
know.
champion, but it's gonna be tough. And I think the craziest thing, and I'm sure that Jam Jam's clearly already aware of this, but like they need to take the other person out. Like Carolyn needs to take Jam Jam out. If Carolyn takes Jam Jam out, she wins. And I don't think there's any question. And I think the same is true vice versa. If Jam Jam takes Carolyn out and he's there, he wins. Like I think that both of them, the odds are just so high. And yeah, you mentioned this earlier that other people can win this game, but it's
Mhm.
gonna be a lot harder. And I think you're probably gonna need to find a way to maybe even get out both of those players in order for that to happen.
I really think it's a two-person race between Jam Jam and Carolyn. I think whoever's sitting up against them, if it's not each other, are going to have a very
Yeah.
hard time beating either of them. They've done an excellent job being social at camp with
Yeah.
everybody and making everybody feel really good. And I mean, that goes a long way. Yes,
Mhm.
so does strategy and, kind of winning challenges. I mean, it can all add up to stuff. But just the same, like having those relationships with jury members, I'm like sitting here. If Matt was still in the game and he
Yeah.
was a terrible player, a lovely, seemingly lovely guy,
Yeah.
is Franny not voting for him? Of course she
Yeah.
is, right? Like it
Yeah.
doesn't matter. And those, I think people underestimate those relationships and how important they are to the winning of any of these competitions where you have a jury.
Yeah.
We've seen juries be bitter. We've seen people vote straight up on friendship or showmance or whatever. It's that's why it's so important to have those relationships even more than competition wins.
Yeah, and that's where it gets kind of complicated and interesting looking at some of the other people where I think Carson can probably give a very good sort of strategic argument for
Yes.
can he win the game? But I think, we've both already said, honestly, why Carolyn and Jam Jam would be better people to win versus him, because I think they both have more social strengths. I think they both have a more compelling, interesting, I think appealing speech than just Carson, where I think his speech would just be, I'm a young person who came out here who loves Survivor and made
Hmm.
these moves. And that's well and good, but I see fireworks with the other two people. And for Heidi, I'm sorry, Heidi. It's just like, I don't know what your argument is. I still do not understand your game at all.
No, I think like I said, if she ends up winning against a Lauren, then I'm not going to be like, "Oh, how
Yeah.
dare she?" I think Lauren can beat her. I think she could beat Lauren. But I think if I'm sitting here and the winner is Heidi over Jam Jam or Carson or
Yeah.
Carolyn, then I'm going to be like, "What happened?"
Yeah. Like what show are we even watching at that point? Like if Lauren
Yes.
beats Carson, I could understand that enough from the standpoint of we
She's played a good game.
yeah, she's played a good game. She's won challenges. She's got a really good story that I think would appeal to the jury, especially if they are voting based on social game, based on allegiances. She's got people on Ratu over there. I feel like this is going to be a good finale. I hope we get a good tease for season 45. At the end of it, let us hope for the best. But okay, now we are going to pass the sword to you guys. Use it wisely. Tell us who your champion is in the comments.
Yes.
And also check out our Patreon. That link is in the description below. Thank you all of our Patreons for your support. We really, really appreciate it.
Yes.
We'll see you here next time.